Hello again, I'm back. I forgot to show you the 3D. So here we go. I started bending this a little. These are the things I'm thinking about putting on here. So we're back to our tucks that we did, that we glued. Like a little envelope that's been reinforced. So what I would like to show you is, so I start with, I've cut all these out, I have stacks of them. I'm going to start by, I want to define the waist here, so what I did was I folded up like that. So that's going to push the skirt up a little when we glue. And I'm slowly using my fingers underneath here and here to press around. I'm going to pull this out a little. You just have to kind of play around with it. Anything that you want to stand out, you want to create a crease. Watch as I go around the hair. I'm using my nail and my other nail under here. And I'm just going to go around the face like that while I push. Just to make it a little 3D. I have fuzz all over me from the glue. There we go. And so our hair's standing out just a little. I hope that you can see it. I want to define this collar and the neckline. So I'm going to push there and push there. Okay, we're going to give her a bust. We're going to go right there. She's wearing a padded bra apparently. And just bend her arms a little. So we have the gloves sticking out, the hair sticking out, the collar sticking out. You'll see when you see, if I put it on the paper, you can see how it's upraised. There's a special way to glue them so they stay that way too. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create, I'm going towards me when I bend this, but this actually will be on the base right here because this is where we glue so that we still have our 3D element. I'm just turning that in just a little because when I start folding on the folds and then right after I made that little lip, that's what's going to hold it down. You can see what I mean by that. So I'm going to accordion fold as much as I can on the lines of the garment that are already there on the skirt. So there's another fold. It can be a little fussy, but just give it a try. Try it with a simpler pattern or dress, and so you can see I'm kind of doing an accordion here, like that, and I'll pull it up like that so you can see that. And we want to get this edge. And so now I'm back on this side. I'm going to flip it for you. And I'm just going to turn that up like I did the other one. And so when I pull her back around and we open it up, we push up under here. See, I'll show you the back. If you push up under here, it pushes the skirt out because your glue is going to be right on here where the waistline is. And you can see the outlines of all the folds on the white paper. I hope you can anyways. And so I flipped that over, so now I see that I need to bring this edge out a little more right here. Got bent under. Okay, so let's just push that out. And I think I want her to come back in a little more there. You just kind of play with it until it's the way you like it. Pushing the skirt out again. And I'm not going to go too far out on the skirt. If I still had the legs, if this was paper was longer and I was going to put the legs on, I cut her legs off. And let me explain why. I'll cut these off here and put her over here. Because as the 3D elements here, if you were to put her legs in, you would glue them way under here. And you're really not going to see under this part. So that's why, well, that's what you do with the legs. But this envelope itself is not as long for me to add the legs, so that's what we're doing right now. I have a stamp that it's a great stamp. It has a pattern measurements behind it, and this looks rather 50s to me. And I had this old stack of papers, and I like this as 19. Not really sure where it's from, and I'm gonna brush that up real quick, just on the edge there. I'm going to place that on here. Glue stick it down. I'm trying to be very gentle, so I'm moving the tripod until I figure out all this technical filming stuff. I have a tripod on my desk. And I think I want to go over here. I like the line there. There's that. And so she will be over here. Yeah, she's going to cover stuff up, but I kind of like the dates and the numbers behind her, and you can still see the image. This is really interesting. I found, I don't know if any of you remember these. They came on tissue paper, and they are iron-ons. I found a package of them, and I thought the lemon was pretty neat. So I think I'm going to put that as a graphic there. So I'm just kind of lining up my page, what it's going to look like. And so let's get this lemon down, and then we will glue down the dress. So I just thought that was funny. Yeah, this being tissue, I'm going to be super careful with it. Just going to push. My brush is almost dry now, but this will just help push it down. Okay, so you want to use a fine tip. I've mentioned before that I'm waiting for mine to come. So what I'm going to do is, I think I will put some glue here so that I can show you a sample. Let's see if I have a smaller brush. I'm going to grab a brush. My apologies. Let's do this. Okay, we know we're going to have glue right here. We know we're going to have the glue right here. And the face is definitely going to have the glue. This just gives us a little more protection that it's going to stay down. And I know I want it right on these edges right here. Okay. The other part I'm going to do is go ahead and put the glue all over the page where I think the dress is going to be. You can always add more in with a brush. Okay, let's get her on here and see where she actually falls. I think I like that placement. Yeah, I like her elbow sticking over. I'm going to take this and push that in there. Her arm's kind of sticking out there a little. That's neat. Glove, didn't have any glue. There we go. But it's coming up a little like she's bending her hand. The same with up here. I'm letting her fingers touch, but her hand is bent. This you can push with your fingernail And that glue, because we put it all over the paper, is going to stay right there. And a small brush will really help with this. Pushing her hair. I'm going to use my fingers again and kind of push against the hairline to lift that up a little. There, not too much. Yeah, I just left a nail print on her face. It's all okay. So here we go. Right down here where we bent the paper, we're going to use the back of something, pencil, whatever. I'm just using a brush. And that really pushes the stress out a lot. I'm going to lift it up. You can always lift it up if you don't like how pushed out it was. It was a little too pushed out there. There we go. You have to be careful with the paper. I'm rubbing a little hard on this. I'm concerned about doing the example. So here we go. There we go. And you can go back around the edge. And that's glue. When this is all dry, I will take a matte medium. And I'm going to demo it on the other one. I'm going to take a matte medium. So here we have her, which I'm not done with, but I just want to explain this. So she's all dry, and you can see the 3D element on her. And see, I did that skirt under there. Hopefully you can see that. I stuck that way up there. But what will seal this is a matte medium. And that will help stabilize that. It'll strengthen it. And that'll dry perfectly clear. Now, if you push something down that you don't want pushed down, you can take something sharp and just push it back up. There you go. I used a lot of the gel medium. You really just want to very carefully put a little bit on there. That's why that went down. That'll dry just like that. So let's put her back up here. And so I like that. I like the 3D element of it. I think I just want to push this part of her arm down a little more so that the shoulder sticks up. And let's see, what did I have? Oh, yes. I had this pink seam binding, and I think I'm going to put it across the top. Maybe not. Maybe I'll put it over here. I'm doing these very linear things. I'm not sure why, but I like it, so I'm gonna go for it. I could actually open up the seam binding like this. I could iron it if I wanted to, but I could open up the seam binding and stick that in, which is, I think, what I'm gonna do. So how I'm gonna do that is I'm going to carefully hold this, take my art glitter glue, go across the top, and I'm gonna go across the back. Just gonna push it all over. So when I line it up, a little too much on there. There we go. Let's see if we can slip that in there. Yeah. Open up. You're touching fabric and you're touching paper and your hands are covered in glue. That was just a brush. It's all okay. See if that helped. Yeah, I think that's really pretty nice. There we go. And that's the back. And this will all dry I think I'm gonna leave it so it's hanging down a little. And one more thing I think I want to put on there is where is it? Oh, I'm gonna put a bulb pin on there that I put seam binding on and buttons. So I think I'm going to go right into this. You probably want to wait for it to dry. I'm just being impatient. Easier said than done. And I'll push that back so it stays. See, it'll stay. I'll clip that and then turn it and push it down. There we go. If there's any questions about this, feel free to leave a comment. I would be thrilled to answer it. And I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for spending your precious time with me. Thank you. Bye.